Hey everyone, my name's Caden and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be going over the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Jeep Wrangler and helping you decide which one is the right one for you. I'll be starting on the exterior of both and then we're going to hop into the interior and go over some of the features on each of the vehicles. Obviously these are two very different vehicles. Obviously this one's a little bit more of a luxury daily driver and this one looks a little bit more off-roadish. So let's start with the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. This vehicle has a naturally aspirated 475 horsepower, 6.4 liter V8. It goes from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds, which is completely different than the Wrangler. I believe this Wrangler has a 3.6 liter V6. As we take a look at the brakes on each vehicle, we can see that the SRT is fitted with Brembo brakes. These are some of the best brakes in the industry. They really stop this 4,500 pound unit. And then you can see on the Wrangler, we just have regular Jeep brakes and calipers. You can also see that we have way more rubber that comes standard on the Wrangler as opposed to the Jeep SRT. That is because this Wrangler is meant for the off-roads. Now as we head to the back, you can see that we have dual exhausts on the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. It also sounds pretty good. Take a listen. Now, as we head to the back of the Jeep Wrangler, you can see that we have a completely different look. We have a whole spare tire on the back of this vehicle, and you can see we actually have the backup camera here as well. If we go a little bit lower, you can see the single exhaust pipe. Let's start it up and see how it sounds. Brutal. But the reason that you buy this Jeep Wrangler isn't because of the sound. It's because of its amazing off-road capabilities. As we step inside, if I can unlock the door, you see that we have a whole bunch of different off-road modes. We have 2 high, 4 high, neutral, and 4 low. And those all help the vehicle in its different terrains. We also have really cool Jeep Easter eggs all over the vehicle. You can see we have the Jeep here, the Jeep in the corner there, and then I think there's a couple more spots throughout the vehicle that has that logo. So since we're in the Wrangler, let's talk a little bit about its interior. We are in the Sahara model. It comes with a few little extra upgrades. Inside the Jeep Wrangler is a really nice place to be. You can see we have this touchscreen that actually has Apple CarPlay as well. We have a really nice leather wrapped steering wheel, a really functional shifter, and then we have all of our buttons here. One thing that took me the longest time to learn is that the window switches are actually in the middle and not on the door. The biggest reason that the window switches are not on the door is because the doors actually come off along with the roof. That's just like the sunroof. That's why there is no sunroof, because these panels actually come right off, so you have some nice cool summer driving or winter, whatever you want. Now, if you're wondering why the lock and unlock buttons are not on the middle center controls, that's because if the doors aren't on, why lock the vehicle? Another cool feature of the interior of the Jeep Wrangler is that you can actually spray it down with a pressure washer. That's exactly why these vents close just like that, so you don't get any water in the vents. But yeah, it's actually made to be washed down. That's why you can see that there's no gaps really in anything. Okay, so let's step out of the Wrangler and let's hop into the Grand Cherokee SRT. So as soon as we get into the SRT, you can see that we are in a much more luxurious place to be. You can see that we have big bucket seats that have SRT embroidered right onto the seat. We have leather and suede materials for the seats. We have carbon fiber trim throughout the whole vehicle and even in the back as well. You can see that we have like small bucket seats in the back. We have a much bigger screen. And we have a really nice steering wheel that has the paddles. And we also have a fully leather wrapped dash. By comparing the two, you can definitely see which one is more of the luxury cruiser, daily driver, and dragmobile. That's going to be this Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. I think it would be really fun to compare both the Wrangler and the SRT on the off-roads and see which one does better. Now, there's not too many cool features of the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT on the interior. That's because this vehicle is mainly just to drive around town, but also you do have the launch button in case you want to hit the drag strip. And then you have track mode, sport mode, snow mode, tow mode, This vehicle is really good on the off-roads. I don't know how it would compare to the Wrangler. I think the Wrangler would take the cake, but I think this thing would be pretty good as well. But like I was saying, it's just a really nice place to be. You got push button start, just like the Wrangler, and you also have the Apple CarPlay and everything else. Now, one thing to point out is please do not pressure wash the interior of your SRT. Lots of things will get wrecked if you do that. Something I'd like to point out on the Wrangler as well is all of the door hinges are actually exposed. You can see right here, that's because you just, or actually what do? I think you pop it down from the interior and those come off and then you can take the door off. But it's a really neat design. They haven't changed it for the last, how many years have they been making this vehicle? Probably like, what, since like 1367, right around there. So let me know down in the comment section below, which one would you take? Would you take the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT or would you take the Jeep Wrangler? They are two very distinct vehicles, nothing alike. So let me know, which one do you like more? So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I helped you gain some insight on each of the vehicles. If I did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.